तलवारों पे सरवार दिए, अंगारों में जिस्म जलाया है।
In the words of Hyder Ali, to live a day of freedom is more desirable than a lifetime of slavery. In 1722, a beacon of resistance emerged in the form of Hyder Ali. His unwavering defiance against the British occupation set a precedent for those who would follow. His strategic brilliance and an indomitable spirit became the lifeblood of the resistance. Moving on to 1733, we come across another stalwart of the resistance, Siraj-ud-Dawla. His bravery and strategic acumen were instrumental in challenging the British rule. His name resonates as a symbol of courage and determination in the annals of history. We end this chapter in 1750 with Tipu Sultan, an innovative military strategist known for his unyielding spirit. His tactics and relentless pursuit of freedom continue to inspire generations. These early freedom fighters laid the groundwork for a battle that would span centuries. The dawn of resistance had broken, and the fight for freedom was well and truly underway. Begum Hazrat Mahal in 1820 declared, "A nation's dignity lies in its freedom," and she personified this belief during the rebellion of 1857. Her leadership served as a beacon, guiding the revolt against British rule in Lucknow. A queen, a mother, a leader, and most importantly, a freedom fighter, she proved that courage knows no gender. Her legacy was not just resistance, but resilience, setting a precedent for the generations to follow. Now, let's turn our attention to the year 1850. Enter Abadi Bano Begum, affectionately known as Bi Amma. In a time when women were largely confined to their homes, she emerged as a potent force, mobilizing women to participate in the freedom struggle. She broke societal norms, and in doing so, she broke chains. She utilized her influence to encourage women to voice their dissent, to demand their rights, and to fight for their freedom. As the torch of resistance was passed to Shaukat Ali in 1863, he took up the mantle with unwavering determination. A stalwart of the Khilafat movement, he rallied support for the cause, inspiring thousands with his fiery speeches and unwavering commitment to the freedom struggle. In 1865, a woman named Sakina Lukmani joined the ranks of these extraordinary freedom fighters. Despite the societal limitations of her time, she refused to be silenced. Her contributions, though less documented, are no less significant. She used her voice, her pen, and her indomitable spirit to rally support for the cause, proving that the fight for freedom was not the exclusive domain of men. These individuals, each in their unique way, carried the torch of freedom, illuminating the path to independence. They stood tall against oppression, their spirits unbroken, their resolve unshaken. They fought not for personal glory, but for the dignity and freedom of their nation. Our fight for freedom was gaining momentum, fueled by the courage and sacrifice of these remarkable individuals. In the words of Maulana Abdul Kalam, freedom is not given, it is taken. And thus, we embark on the final leg of our journey, tracing the footsteps of those who took this to heart and fought for our freedom. In the year 1866, Begum Amina Tayyabji emerged as a beacon of hope. Her fiery spirit ignited the hearts of many, particularly women. She championed the cause of the oppressed and was instrumental in uniting women to stand against the oppressors. Her resolve, her courage, her dedication, they all served as a rallying cry for those yearning for freedom. Then came Maulana Muhammad Ali Jauhar in 1877 and Amjadi Begum in 1885. Both were influential leaders and speakers. Their words carried the power to move masses. They were the torchbearers of hope, inspiring countless others to join the fight for freedom. In the year 1878, Begum Atiya Faizi made her mark. An advocate for education and women's empowerment, she used her influence to sow the seeds of change. She believed that an educated mind was the first step towards breaking the chains of oppression. As we moved into the 20th century, the fight for freedom gained fresh momentum. Begum Fatima Ismail emerged in 1903, followed by Begum Suraya Badaruddin in 1919. Both women were relentless advocates for independence. They fought tirelessly, their spirits unbroken despite the many challenges they faced. These freedom fighters, through their undying spirit and unwavering dedication, have left an indelible mark on history. Their legacy continues to inspire us to stand up for what we believe in. In the end, their sacrifices were not in vain. Their struggle gifted us the freedom we enjoy today. As we remember their contributions, we are reminded of the price of our freedom and the duty we have to preserve it. As we navigate through the annals of our history, we pay homage to these stalwart freedom fighters. Their names, etched in golden letters, continue to resonate with their indomitable spirit. We see the name of Begum Amina Tayyabji, a beacon of hope, whose fiery spirit ignited a revolution. Then we see Maulana Muhammad Ali Jauhar and Amjadi Begum, the influential leaders whose powerful words stirred the masses. Begum Atiya Faizi, the advocate for education and women's empowerment, and Begum Fatima Ismail and Soraya Badaruddin, the relentless advocates for independence, all flash before us, their names a testament to their unwavering dedication and sacrifice. As the Indian flag waves majestically in the background, we are reminded of the price of our freedom and the duty we have to preserve it. This video, created by the students of Neo Rosary School, Hyderabad, is a tribute to these remarkable freedom fighters. Stay tuned as our students share their thoughts on these individuals who, through their struggle, gifted us the freedom we enjoy today. Remember, freedom is not given, it is taken.
Hello, good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you all?
We are fine, thank you.
We are in the month of November. Do you all know the importance of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Aman. It's Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday.
It's Jawaharlal Nehru's birthday.
Very good. So let's start the class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about prominent freedom fighters of India's freedom struggle. As we all know that our country became independent after many sacrifices, and many freedom fighters had sacrificed their lives to make our country independent from the clutches of British rule. Excuse me, ma'am. Yes? Can you introduce us the great freedom fighter of the past? We know few, but still many are unknown answer. So we want to know about them. Okay, let's call it Jimmy to take us to the past. My dear Jimmy, please come. Dear Jenny, can you take my class to the past to show the prominent freedom fighters of India's freedom?
Come, children, come. I will take you to the past and show some important freedom fighters of India.
I am Heather Ali. I was born in 1722 in Gudikote, Karnataka, and became a strong leader in Mysore, India, during the 18th century. Despite my modest beginning, I became a powerful military commander, important in India's fight against the British rule. In 1761, I ruled Mysore, expanding my kingdom by conquering nearby regions and forming alliance with the other local leaders. I modernized my army by using European weapons and tactics, making my forces more effective in battles. I strongly resist the British who tried to take my land and control my kingdom. I even joined the forces with the French to oppose the British influence in India, showing my determination and clever strategies. Sadly, I died in 1782 during a battle against the British in Chittoor. Now, my son, Tipu Sultan, will continue to fight against the British rule, carrying on his father's legacy. My bravery and dedication to the Indian independence made me a hero in India's history. I was the most influential leaders in southern India, leaving a lasting impact on the country's struggle for the freedom of foreign rule. Thank you.
I am freedom fighter Tipu Sultan, also known as the Tiger of Mysore. I bravely fought 4 wars against the British between 1767 to 1799. I valued education, arts and science, supporting for growth of literature, music and painting. My skills was using rocket artillery was evident in against the battle against the British force advance. My legacies continue to be remembered for my military innovation and cultural contribution. Thank you. I am freedom fighter Tipu Sultan, also known as the Tiger of Mysore. I bravely fought 4 wars against the British. I valued education, art and science, supporting for growth of literature, music, architecture. My skills was using rocket artillery was evident in against the battle's advanced force. My legacy continues to be remembered for my military innovation and conservation contribution. Thank you.
I am Sirajuddaulah. I lived from 1733 to 1757. I was the last independent Nawab ruler of Bengal. I fought against British East India Company's attempts to take control in India. I am famous for my role in the Battle of Plassey, where I was betrayed by my own General Mir Jafar. Many of the British who were unable to pronounce my name correctly also called me Sri Roger Lowley. During my rule, I imprisoned many British officials and traders. I remembered as a hero against British colonialism. Thank you.
I am Begum Hazrat Mahal, born in 1820 at Faizabad, the former capital of Urdu state. One of the most memorable events associated with my leadership was the siege of Lucknow. I played a crucial role in defending the city of Lucknow against British forces for several months during a crisis. My bravery and determination inspired those who fought alongside with me. My most significant contribution comes the first independence of 1857, also known as the Indian Rebellion of 1857 or Sepoy Mutiny. When the uprising against British colonial rule began, I emerged as a prominent leader. I am remembered as one of the earliest and bravest female freedom fighters. I died in 1879. I have been honored by the postal stamp by the Government of India in 1984.
I am Abdi Banu Begum. I was born on 1850. I was not just a woman of my time. I was a freedom fighter, educator, and a driving force behind women's empowerment in India. After my husband's death, I single-handedly raised and educated my 6 children, including the then-born Ali brothers, Maulana Shaukat Ali and Maulana Ali Johar. In 1917, I actively joined the movement to release Annie Besant and her sons from prison and became a vital member of the Khilafat committee. I travelled across India spreading the messages of Khilafat and non-cooperation, inspiring women to boycott foreign goods and wear khadi. Mahatma Gandhi recognized my potential and encouraged me. I was the first Muslim woman to speak at a political rally behind the veil. I passed away on 13th November 1924. My legacy continues to inspire generations, reminding of the strength and determination of women fight for independence and social change. Thank you.
I am Shaukat Ali. I born on 10th March 1873 in Rampur, British India. My significance was during the Khilafat movement when I eagerly supported the abortment and the championed Muslim interest. My influence reached international platforms when I traveled to England, passionately speaking against the repressive war acts. I elevated with Mahatma Gandhi non-cooperation movement, arguing by odds against the British goods and institutions. My dedication led me to the Round Table conferences, where I fought for Muslim representations and rights. and passed away on November 26, 1938 in Delhi, British India, leaving an indelible mark on India's freedom movement. Thank you. I was born in a time when India was under the British rule. From young age, I was deeply impressed by the stories of freedom fighters who fought against injustice. I was actively participated in posters and rallies demanding India's independence. I was deeply impressed by the stories of I was actively involved in agitation in Gujarat for prohibition. I was arrested by the British government. On charges of distributing law land orders. Who thought against this law land orders? One of my most achievement in 1942. Thought again. I was passed away on February 16, 1960. I remain a symbol of Congress in inspiration to get generation to come. Thank you.
I am Begum Amina Tayyabaji. I was born in 1866 to 1942. In the page of Indian history, there is a chapter that shines brightly with courage and determination of very remarkable women. I was a true patriot and delicate freedom fighter who left an unforgettable mark on Indian struggle for independence. I was born into a family that believed in education and social reform. I received a quality education and was exposed to pressuring issues. As I grew older, the injustice of British colonized rule in India became increasingly evident to me as I feel a strong calling of contribute to the freedom movement. One of my significant contributions came during the Salt March of 1930 led by Mahatma Gandhi alongside with courageous women. Thank you. I was born in 1877 at a time when India was grappling with colonial rule and societal constraints. I was an active participant in the Indian national movement. I advocated modern education and social practices. I promoted women's participation in various organizations. I am proficient in music, painting, and several languages. I promoted khadi clothing and spinning to wearing khadi. I encouraged households to have a charka and promoted and spinning khadi. I established khadi stores to make khadi accessible to people. I participated in the Swadeshi movement and promoted khadi clothing. I stood out as a beacon of hope. I was determined to make a difference in the lives of women and the marginalized. I began my journey with a passionate commitment to education. In an era where women's education was often neglected, I was created an environment where girls could flourish. I not only access to education but also created an environment where girls could flourish. I passed away on 4 January 1967. My achievements were not limited to a particular region but extended to different parts of India. Thank you.
I am Maulana Muhammad Ali Jawad. I was a freedom fighter, journalist, poet and scholar who played a prominent role in Indian independence and Khilafat movement. I born on December 10, 1878 in Rampur, Uttar Pradesh. I belong to wealthy and enlightened families of Pathans. and I had supported to Mahatma Gandhi non-corporation movement. I was arrested several times by the British government due to my political activities, and I spent many years in jail. And I died in January 4th, 1931. I remember as the greatest heroes of Indian freedom struggle. Thank you.
I am Amriti Begum. I was born in a small village in early 20th century. I witnessed the injustice and hardship faced by my fellow country due to British operations. As a young girl joined the Indian National Congress, I actively participated in peaceful protests and rallies demanding the end of British rule. In 1917, I annually attended the session of All Indian Muslim Lecturers. Me and my mother-in-law, a collective contribution of ₹40 lakhs for a Khilafat movement. I joined the struggle against the British rule, participating in the Khilafat non-cooperation movement. Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi in 1930, I attended the first round table conference in London. Gandhiji praised my dedication and contribution in his letters and articles in Young India. And I continued my active involvement in the India freedom struggle. Thank you.
I, Sakina Fatima, was born in 1886 in Uttar Pradesh. I was an Indian freedom fighter and social reformer. In 1931, when Gandhi launched the civil disobedience movement, I discarded the Parda and bought a chakha for daily use. I wore nothing but Khadi. I raised funds for Khilafat non-cooperation movements initiated by the Indian National Congress. I fought for women's education and against prevailing exploitative custom of child marriage and polygamy. After Indian independence, 1947, I was nominated up to Legislative Assembly and against Legislative Assembly and I was recognized among the countless relatively unknown women who contributed to Indian independence struggle. I was nominated to Legislative Council Assembly. I, Sakina Fatima, was born on 1886 in Uttar Pradesh. I was an Indian freedom fighter and social reformer. In 1931, when Gandhi launched the civil disobedience movement, I discarded the Parda and bought a chakha for daily use. I wore nothing but Khadi. I raised funds for Khilafat non-cooperation movements initiated by the Indian National Congress. I fought for women's education and against prevailing exploitative custom of child marriage and polygamy. After Indian independence, 1947, I was nominated up to Legislative Assembly. I was recognized among the countless relatively unknown women who contributed to Indian independence struggle. I fought for women's education. Yes, I fought for women's education and against prevailing exploitative.
I am Maulana Abdul Kalam. I am Maulana Sayyid Abdul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmad. I was born on November 11, 1888 in Makkah, Saudi Arabia. I was a prominent Indian freedom fighter and scholar. I actively participated in the non-cooperation movement 1920 to 1922 led by Mahatma Gandhi and served as the editor of the newspaper Al Hilal. I was a fervent supporter of the Khilafat movement 1919 to 1924, which aimed to protect the Ottoman Caliphate. I played a significant role in establishing the Jamia Millia Islamia University in 1920. Throughout my life, I was arrested multiple times due to my involvement in the freedom struggle and was a crucial figure in the Indian National Congress. In 1940, I was elected as the President of the Indian National Congress. I strongly advocated for the Hindu-Muslim unity and religious harmony in India. I was also an accomplished author, penning several books, including the notable India Wins Freedom. I passed away on February 22, 1958.
leaving behind a lasting legacy as both a freedom fighter and a scholar. Thank you.
I am Begum Fatima Ismail. I am born on February 4th, 1903 in Mumbai. My father is Yusuf Suhani, my brother are Umar Suhani and Islam Suhani. We were Indian National Movement activists. I actively participated in the Swadeshi movement and adopted new method to promote Swadeshi good. I established societies and organization in 1934 to educate and organize women for social upliftment. I was appointed as the secretary for All India Women Conference in 1935. I dedicated efforts to promote adult education among Muslim women in Mumbai. I engaged in the Quit India movement. I championed Khadi Swadeshi movement and Hindu-Muslim unity as primary goals. I was honored with the Padma Shri Award by the Government of India in 1957 in recognition of my service. I received similar honors from other countries. I was elected in Rajya Sabha in 1979. Padma Shri recognized me not only at the national but also international level for my selfless social service. I dedicated efforts servicing humanity until I passed away on October 11, 1987. Thank you.
I am Begum Suraya Badruddin Tayebji. I was born in 1990 into a well-educated and progressive Muslim family in Uttar Pradesh. I was exposed to the ideas for independence and social justice from an early age. My father, a freedom fighter himself, instilled to a deep patriotism and the importance of education. My passion for these ideals led me to become an active participant in the struggles for India's independence. I was married to civil service officer Badruddin Tayebji, who also played a significant role in the national movement for 3 generations. My journey as a freedom fighter began during 1940s when I joined the Quit India movement. I was not one to stand on the sideline, but I actively participated in the protests, rallies, and underground activities. My commitment to the cause led to multiple arrests, but I remained steadfast to liberate my motherland. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru assigned the responsibility of designing the new flag to Badruddin Tayebji, who was serving under the government of India. I have designed the national flag. I am Begum Suraya Badruddin Tayebji. I was born in 1919 into a well-educated and progressive Muslim family in Uttar Pradesh. I was exposed to the ideas for independence and social justice from an early age. My father, a freedom fighter himself, instilled to me deep patriotism and the importance of education from an early age. My passion for these ideas led me to become an active participant in the struggles for India's independence. I was married to civil service officer Badruddin Tayebji, who also played a significant role in the Indian movement. My journey as a freedom fighter began during 1940s when I joined the Quit India movement initiated by Mahatma Gandhi. I was not one to stand on the sideline, but I actively participated in protests, rallies, and underground activities. My commitment to the cause led to multiple arrests, but I remained steadfast to liberate my motherland. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru assigned the responsibility of designing the new flag to Badruddin Tayebji, who was serving under the of India. I suggested replacing DP in the Swaraj flag with the Ashoka Chakra, but I intended painted in black, pertaining to blue as per Mahatma Gandhi's suggestion. The flag design based on my recommendation was approved on July 17, 1947. I was the artist behind the Indian national flag that commands the utmost respect of the Indian people and is associated with the child of Jaihind. I passed away on June 1978. Thank you.
I am Sirajuddaula. I lived from 1733 to 1757. I was the last independent Nawab ruler of Bengal. I fought against the British East India Company attempts to take control in India. I am famous for my role in the Battle of Plassey, where I was betrayed by my own general Mir Jafar. Many of the British who were unable to pronounce my name correctly also called me Ski Roger Dowlett. During my rule, I imprisoned many British officials and raiders. I remembered as a hero against British colonialism. Thank you.
I, Fatima, was born on 1886 in Uttar Pradesh. I was an Indian freedom fighter and social reformer. In 1931, when Gandhi launched the civil disobedience movement, I discarded the parda and bought a charkha for daily use. I was nothing but Hari. I raised funds for Khilafat non-cooperation movements initiated by the Indian National Congress. I fought for women's education and against prevailing repetitive custom of child marriage and polygamy. After Indian independence, 1947, I was nominated up to legislative assembly. I was recognized amongst the countless relatively unknown women who contributed to Indian independence struggle. I served as a member of Legislative Council of Uttar Pradesh State from 1937 to 1948. Sadly, I passed away on May 15, 1957. Thank you.
Hello, I am Maulana Sayyid Abdul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmad Azad. I was born on November 11, 1888 in Makkah, Saudi Arabia. I was a prominent Indian freedom fighter and scholar. I actively participated in the non-cooperation movement 1920 to 1922 led by Mahatma Gandhi and served as the editor of the newspaper Al-Hilal, advocating for India's independence. I was a fervent supporter of the Khilafat movement 1919 to 1924, which aimed to protect the Ottoman Caliphate. I played a significant role in establishing the Jamia Millia Islamia University in 1920. Throughout my life, I was arrested multiple times due to my involvement in the freedom struggle and was a crucial figure in the Indian National Congress. In 1940, I was elected as the President of the Indian National Congress and strongly advocated for Hindu-Muslim unity and religious harmony in India. I was also an accomplished author penning several books, including the notable India Wins Freedom. I passed away on February 22, 1958, leaving behind a lasting legacy as both a freedom fighter and a scholar. Thank you.
I am Deva Zahara Dawoodi. I am Rosary freedom fighter. I was a Rosary woman who made significant contribution to fight for independence from British colonial rule. I pursued higher education in a liberal environment, surmounting obstacles to girls and lawyers. The year 1947 marked a turning point for India when the country finally achieved its long-awaited independence. But individually like me, responsibility of nation building was just beginning. I fought for equal rights for women and believed in equality of all. After India gained independence, I mainly participated in community party activities and become a leader in the world women movement. I faced job loss and arrest due to my revolutionary ideas. I passed away 2nd September on 2003. Thank you.
So students, now you all know about the prominent freedom fighters of India.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear Jeannie. For providing us with this past information.
बेटा.
Thank you, dear students.